AI is everywhere. I'm seeing as a teacher, it pops up all over the place in things like Autodesk and Adobe software. As somebody who prides himself in teaching kids how to use 3D printing and modeling software, it's also coming into that as well. Now, even though I'm a little hesitant, I'm still going to experiment with different stuff. So, today's video, we're talking about Hitm 3D. Just want to give a huge shout out to Martin and Andrea for being channel members. Thank you so much for your support. So, Hitm 3D is an AI-powered website that utilizes images to create STL files of all sorts of different objects. Now, taking a look, this is the first time I'm seeing this website and looking through. There's a lot of really cool things that people have generated. It looks like at the top you have the home button, which is good. It seems like everything is easy to use here. And then there's tutorials on the other side, which clicking on that, it looks like there's a lot of different things that you could look at to get more accurate representation. Hitm 3D has a Blender plugin, and as you know, I've been trying to learn Blender a little bit, and this will be interesting to kind of see like what's going to be the difference between Blender. Obviously takes forever to use, but using this software as well might make that a little bit easier to create these types of models that Blender would usually have dominance over. So I'm looking at any of these here. I'm just going to pick one. This looks really cool. Just kind of looking at these things here. So just like any other website, it looks like you can get access to other people's designs, and this is incredible. Wing Dragon. Now, I wonder what types of files you can download as well. Yeah, STL, object files, all kinds of stuff like that would be really neat. So that's just kind of the overview of the website itself, which is neat. So I'm going to start getting to generation of something, and I'm going to kind of see how this works. So I'm going to head over into Google Gemini, use AI for AI. Makes sense, right? And I am going to look at, I've always been a big fan of like medieval knights and stuff like that. So I'm going to go generate an image of a medieval knight in full armor and see what I can get from Gemini. Now, one thing I did not think of is the background. So I'm going to ask, can you remove the background? I don't know if that matters for Hitm 3D, but we're going to try regardless and see how it goes. Perfect. All right, so let's download full size. Got the PNG here, and let's go and upload it. We're just going to go right here, click and drag over, and it is that simple. So very easy to use. Everything's right here, which is really nice. You have other people's models, but you also have the quick ability to drop your own, and let's see how it goes. One of the things I did forget to mention is the model type that you see here, that fast versus quality. I used fast in the beginning just because I was essentially just experimenting with the software, but fast is going to be for just quick iterations of pieces, right? If you want to see how something looks, if you want to get a general overview, fast is going to be the way to go. You'll see with my second model, I use quality. Quality is going to be just the highest, obviously, level of detail you can get on your print, but it does take a lot longer, so I would recommend doing fast until you get the hang of the software. I'm very interested to see what's going to go on with this. Give it some time here. I'm going to try and time how long it takes to render something. Now, obviously, that depends on your individual internet connection and stuff like that, but I'm just curious, so we'll see. So we're at about 60%, and 2 minutes in right now. All right, so it looks like we are loading now. About 3 minutes and 30 seconds. And that is pretty sweet. Now, the one thing I don't like is how glitchy this is, but that's still really neat. You know what? We're going to try and print that. That looks pretty awesome. So I am going to go to download here. I'm going to go STL because that's just typically what I use. Download. And we're going to get one of my printers fired up, and we'll see how it handles this. Obviously, I think when you're looking at these, I think you're probably going to be better off with models and figures like this with a resin 3D printer. But that's not what I have, so that's not what we're going to do. We're going to see how it comes out. I'm really excited. I saw one of my other friends in the 3D printing space, Designs by Broadhead, He has a really cool channel. I'll link it below if you want to go check his out. He printed a helmet. So I'm going to try this. I'm going to try a helmet next. And then as a teacher, I'm also going to try some functional designs, maybe some boxes and grids and stuff like that, just to see kind of how organizers function in the same thing. I'm wary about that because obviously you can't do much about sizes, but we're going to try and see how it goes. All right, so we're pretty close to done. I think I'm going to use my A1 Mini. And I am going to print in a really fine layer quality. We're going to add some supports. We're going to do some tree supports. I think I'm just going to stick with maybe, I'm going to go 0.12. See how that goes. Interface layers, I always like to go with 3. And we'll try that and kind of see how things go. Let me see if it's done yet. It is. All right. So we're going to try that. Bring it in here. See how it looks. Object too small, maybe millimeters, inches. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, yes, sir. That looks cool. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this on. I'm going to stand it up here. We're going to obviously scale that up a little bit. I've always loved, like, Lord of the Rings has been my favorite movie, my favorite book series for as long as I can remember. So knights and, you know, wizards and dragons and orcs and stuff are just about as cool as it gets for me. So putting this in here, I think, is a fitting first object. So let's slice this and see how everything comes out. I'm interested in the amount of supports that are going to come in too. Kind of see how those come out. Again, resin I think would be the way to go with this guy for sure, but I'm still interested to see how it's going to go. There are a lot of layers. I'm interested also to see how long this is going to be. Oh, only 3 hours. That surprises me. Looks like I have time lapse on. I don't want to do the time lapse. But let's print that plate. Cool. We're sending it. Let's see what happens. All right, so while I'm waiting for that to print, I'm going to start another one on my A1. So I get the figure printing out on the A1 Mini. So Star Wars has been another one of my interests. So I have a Lego Millennium Falcon that I've been printing too. You can check out, I did a Lego Star Destroyer build as well. So I'm going to ask it, oops, not that. I want AI to generate a Stormtrooper helmet. So can you generate an image of a Stormtrooper helmet? Particularly, let's go to 50 first. And without a background. So let's see how that goes. We'll give that a second, come back to it in a little bit. All right, so this makes sense. I guess I probably shouldn't have been as specific as I was, and my printer was out of filament, which is good. So I'm gonna change that over. All right, now let's head back to this. Okay, so recorrecting things a little bit. Can you generate a, there we go, a battle helmet from a human space army? Let's do that. And just kind of see what comes up. The inspiration would be Star Wars related, but not the same thing. I don't know. We'll see what comes up with there. Ooh, that looks sick. Not exactly what I was going for, but pretty dang sweet anyway. All right, this will be a good test to put on the A1. So I generate that. We're getting into Hitm here. We're going to replace the image. And we're going to replace the image by getting that on here. All right, let's give that a second to upload, and we are going to generate that. That looks so sick. And this time I'm going to try quality instead of fast. And I'm going to do the same thing, kind of check the time. Now, it does look like the license points that you have or whatever it might be goes up depending on whether you're using fast or quality, which makes sense. So we are going to, what's the advanced? I'm just curious. Geometry settings, view aligned, output face count. Ugh. I don't know what that means, so we're going to ignore that for a second. And we're just going to generate that helmet. That looks pretty sick. So I'm going to time it again, see how long it might take, and I'll get back to you here in just a second. Wrestling and 3D printing, tell me how it gets any better. So about 40%. We're at 2 minutes and 40 seconds. 50%, about 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Still sitting at 50%, and we're at, 8 minutes, 30 seconds. 87%. I always do this. About 18 minutes, 20 seconds. And there we go. The model is loaded. Just shy of 21 minutes. And look at the detail on this. That is just absurdly cool. It's pretty cool. All right, I'm going to download this, get it into Bamboo Studio, and we'll talk about how things look. That's neat. All right, we are back. Took a while to download. I mean, there's so much stuff going on in that model. So now it's time to get our other helmet in. This might take a while to load here as well. It actually doesn't. That's pretty cool. So F for the face, and no, so here's what we'll do. I'm just going to rotate it then. It's going to be a little stubborn. Try and get that as close to 90 as I can. That should be fine. That is really, really cool. And we are going to scale the heck out of this thing here. Pretty dang neat. All right, we're sliced. 20 hours. I'm just excited to see if it works. All right, I'm going to get this on the printer, and I will see you tomorrow to talk about how this comes out. I'm excited. This looks sweet. All right, so coming off the build plate here, obviously I got to take some supports off, but I think the helmet looks awesome. I always do that. I think that looks super cool. I have the figure here as well. Really came out awesome. So I'm going to get to taking off some supports and see how they come out. Alright, so here we are with the figure, the knight. I think that came out really, really cool here. So I did pop off the sword that he was holding and the shield, unfortunately. I was a little overzealous with my support removal, but, you know, you win some, you lose some, I guess. But overall, I mean, just phenomenal detail. The A1 did a great job. The model came out really cool, and there's just plenty of detail all around. Really neat. I'm excited to get into this helmet now, so I'm going to take some of that support off, but even that just looks so cool. Oh yeah. Satisfying support removal out there. We're golden. Alright. So, this came out so cool. You know, I've never been super interested in doing cosplay stuff or printing out suits of armor or anything like people have seen before, but this kind of makes you want to because this came out so cool. A little bit delayed, as you see on screen here. I had some issues with bed adhesion on my A1.
and frankly, I didn't feel like fixing it. So I just printed this on my A1 Mini, so I got delayed a little bit. It is what it is, but still pretty incredible detail on this. I'm just impressed. I really am.
So if you're interested in trying Hitm 3D like I did, I would highly encourage you to experiment with it. It really is a pretty neat software to try and use and comes up with some pretty cool models. If you click the link down in the description below, you can get some pretty cool incentives. They're offering 50% off of a yearly membership until May 7th. You can also get 50% off of monthly memberships for a new user. Additionally, if you use that link to sign up, you can get 500 extra credits that you can use to make models just like the ones I used here. I don't get any commission or anything for that. Hitm 3D was gracious enough to allow me the opportunity to experiment with their software, so this savings gets passed on to you.
So I thought about doing something with like parametric stuff, meaning trying to print boxes or something, but I'll roll this kind of into my final thoughts about Hitm 3D as a whole. Just a really neat software to use. My concern looking at it from an education perspective was 3D modeling as a whole. If that becomes AI, we don't really teach much, right? You don't learn the basics of modeling. You don't learn, the expectations, making sure things are the correct sizes, etc. But when we look at the artistic side of that, which, things like this are, in CAD as a whole, a lot of this isn't really something that we touch on, right? That's going to be a designer, a modeler, a Blender user, etc. So while it certainly impacts those individuals, I do think that Hitm 3D and AI as a whole is not necessarily targeting the parametric modeling, like Fusion, like things designed to hold stuff. Practical 3D prints. I think this is more so for artistic side of 3D printing, which is phenomenal. The software is super easy to use. It's very user-friendly. It's very easy to get around. It doesn't take that long. It produces just phenomenal models. So all in all, I'm very thankful for Hitm 3D allowing me to have the opportunity to take a look at their software. Overall, I think it's really neat. I would encourage you to check it out. It's pretty awesome. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below, and I will be sure to answer them for you. But that's going to be it for the video. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for Hitm 3D for, again, giving me the opportunity. It was really cool to experiment with something like this and just kind of see where 3D printing as a whole is taking us. So thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the video, and hopefully we'll see you in the next one. Thank you.